Hi all, Azure here. Today we're going to be talking about the PlayStation State of Play from the 2nd of June. This was overall an alright show. It was fine. It was not their best show they've ever done, but I'll be honest, there wasn't really a lot for me personally. A lot of these games just aren't really my cup of tea. I will say it was absolutely overhyped. There's no reason for this show to have been in theaters, but whatever suits them, I guess. But we will just dive right into it here with the first game that was shown being Insomniac's Wolverine, releasing September 15th. I think this game looks absolutely fantastic. At least from a combat perspective, there are some issues I have, which I'll get into, but I think like the combat especially, Insomniac are fantastic. They've done it with Spider-Man. They just seem to know how to do this extremely, hard-hitting, impactful, and just visceral combat. And with someone like Wolverine especially, you need to have that feeling of like being unstoppable and, you know, not being able to slow down really. And I think really done that well here. Of course, people were worried that they might tone down the gore for the final release. But it seems like they're absolutely not doing that. There's multiple moments in this, 10-minute gameplay deep dive that he is absolutely drenched in blood. So I don't think people have to worry about that there. There was also multiple characters revealed in this trailer. We had Jean Grey come in to help Wolverine at one point. I will admit, I don't really know a whole lot about the X-Men and like the X-Men universe overall, but I know some of the characters, like Sabretooth also appeared, Mystique also appeared. Now, I don't know if any of these characters are going to be playable or if it's just going to be Wolverine. I know there was some rumors that there was going to be a second playable character, but I have absolutely no idea about that. I've been trying to kind of keep away from rumors, away from leaks, but I think Insomniac done a really good job here. I do think that the HUD sucks. I think it's really, really boring. It looks like a developer HUD in comparison to what they should have. If you look at like, say like an Insomniac Spider-Man HUD, it's way better than this. It's super simple, super boring, and it's not like Wolverine doesn't have different, flourishes and flares that they could have used. They could have used like nice yellows, some very sharp edges. They could have even used like his claw for the health bar, or just like underline the health bar or something like that. I don't know, but this is really bad. And for a game that's coming out in 3 months, I was expecting a little bit better at this point. But everything else seems alright. I'm interested to see where they go narratively because they still haven't really given an idea for what that's going to entail other than mutants seem to be getting kidnapped by somebody. So I guess we'll see soon what they plan to do with the story here. The next game is Marvel's Took on Fighting Souls. Now, I am not a fighting game guy at all. Not a fighting game guy. I've tried it before. I can't get into it. I really can't. I'm not got the brain power to be pulling out all those combos. But I have friends who absolutely love fighting games and are so excited for Marvel Took on Fighting Souls. And we had Magneto, Green Goblin, and Carnage revealed here, which I know a lot of people are very excited about. But again, not really a fighting guy. The game looks cool. I'm sure a lot of people are going to love it. Arc System Works know how to make a good fighting game. So I'm just going to move on to the next game, which is Rayman Legends Retold, which is coming out October 1st. I think this is cool. It's great to see Rayman back. We've not seen him in a very long time. I think the visuals are pretty good. I've seen a lot of people, hating the visuals. I do understand. I think the 2D designs that they did in the original game are still, fantastic to this day, and it's been, what, like 13 years since Rayman Legends came out? So I think going full 3D was maybe not the move here. It feels kind of stiff, to be honest. A lot of the animations feel very stiff. Feels like some of the timing is a little bit off. I don't know if they're gonna, tweak that for the final release, but I feel like with the 2D animation, it, works better to the timing of the songs that they're trying to do. and it seems like they're gonna have more of a narrative this time that didn't really exist in the original, so it's interesting to see what they're gonna do with that. I loved Rayman Legends. I'm gonna give it a chance regardless. So hopefully the game is good. Hopefully they kind of tweak some of the animation a little bit, make it a little bit more vibrant, because the 3D does look a little bit flat, I'm not gonna lie. But you know what? It's cool to see Rayman back regardless, and you know, we'll see where they go with him in this game. The next game is Bancho the Chef by Mint Rocket, and there's no date for this game yet. This game looks really cool. It's a really fun visual style. It's apparently a prequel to Dave the Diver, which is really cool. I haven't played Dave the Diver, but I know a lot of people love this game. I know a lot of people think it's a fantastic indie game. And it looks like this game is like a Cooking Mama style game, just a cooking game. It's not really a Cooking Mama game, but it's like based on Japanese cuisine, and it looks really cool. Looks really fun, really nice visual style. I'm maybe gonna give this a shot, and then maybe I'll give Dave the Diver a shot. The next game we have is Kamuri by Unseen, which is coming 2027. This is the game done by Ikumi Nakamura, which of course is the very bubbly woman from the 2019 E3 showcase that everybody loves. Very, very fun person, very sweet person. This is a co-op game. It's based on, you know, hunting down yokai by the looks of it. It's not really my speed. I don't really play co-op games, multiplayer games, to be honest. I'm more of a single-player guy. But you know, it looks cool enough, I guess. For whoever wants to play this, cool, I guess. You know, look forward to it. Next is another look at Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis by Crystal Dynamics and Amazon Games, coming February 12th, 2027. These Tomb Raider games that they're doing look fantastic. Legacy of Atlantis specifically, I believe, is like the new Tomb Raider game, because I know they're going to be like remaking the original first few Tomb Raider games. And I think this looks fantastic. I think, you know, it's extremely respectful to the original Lara Croft games. And it not only does that, but it also looks to be like this very fantastic looking cross between the old Lara Croft games and the kind of newer gen Lara Croft games, and kind of being a mashup of them both. So I think it looks fantastic. You know, visually, I think Lara looks great. Still waiting to see like more direct feed gameplay, you know, just gameplay running uninterrupted. But, you know, it looks good. I'm looking forward to this game. I'm looking forward to seeing Tomb Raider come back to prominence. Yeah, let's move on to the next game. Next, we have The Lost Wild by Great Ape Games and Annapurna Interactive, coming 2027. I mean, it looks interesting. I'm not really a horror game guy, although I have been getting into Resident Evil a little bit. I've been playing through that series. And, you know, it looks interesting. Sure, it's a dinosaur horror games, survival horror. I don't really know what the exact horror genre is, but you can't fight back. It's a very amnesia game in that sense, where you can't fight back against the dinosaurs. It's a cool concept. I'm willing to see more, just to, you know, get a feel for what the game's going to be like moment to moment. But yeah, looks cool, looks interesting. Next we have Phantom Blade Zero by S Games, coming this summer. It looks fine, I guess. I'm not interested in this in the slightest. I'm honestly sick to the teeth of seeing Chinese mythology based action RPGs. It feels like they're such a dime a dozen now, and I'm kind of sick of seeing them, to be honest. But you know what? If you're into all of these Chinese mythology action RPGs, more power to you. It looks, you know, fine, looks good, looks playable, looks decent enough, I guess. So yeah, if you're looking forward to that, awesome. Looks like a good game for you guys. Next we have is June Awakening from Funcom, coming September 22nd, which I do want to actually mention. You'll notice with a lot of these games, a lot of them are releasing in September or October. Nobody wants November. Nobody wants November. Everybody is avoiding Grand Theft Auto 6 like the plague. It's insane to see how many games are trying to release around November rather than in November. Nobody wants to step up to Grand Theft Auto 6, and you know what? I don't really blame them, to be perfectly honest. But yes, June Awakening. I haven't read the books or the movies. Cool for June fans, I guess. Gonna swiftly move on. Dynasty Warriors 3 remastered by Bandai coming October 1st. Could have swore they had done this already with how many Dynasty Warriors games there are, but you know, if you're a fan of the Dynasty Warriors series, you have the third game remastered. Cool, good for you. Next we have No Rest for the Wicked by Moon Studios, and it's coming October. They didn't give an exact date, but I was super excited about this after hearing it was Moon Studios. They are the studio behind Ori and the Blind Forest. And, you know, the visual style looks really cool. I think this kind of painterly style is always awesome to see in games. But then they said it's a Souls-like, and I was immediately turned off. I am not a fan of Souls-like games. Games that are just hard for the sake of being hard. They do nothing for me. But you know what? If you're a Souls-like enjoyer, here is a fantastic visual, at least looking game for you guys to play. Support it. You know, support Moon Studios. They're a fantastic studio. I loved Ori and the Blind Forest. Next we have is Onimusha Way of the Sword by Capcom. It is coming September 25th with a demo coming soon as well. It looks cool. I've never played Onimusha games before. I've had a look at some of them. I've obviously seen all the Onimusha Way of the Sword trailers that Capcom have been releasing. It looks cool. I'm maybe going to try the demo at some point since they've said that there's a demo. Next we have is Silent Hill Townfall by Konami, releasing September 24th. And like I said before, with the dinosaur horror game, I've already lost the name. Was it Lost Wild? Is that what it is? Lost Wild, I think. I've already said I'm getting into horror games. I've been playing through Resident Evil. I think this game looks really cool, and the game itself is based in Scotland, so I feel like I'm obligated to play that game since it's based in Scotland. I mean, it looks good, so I'm maybe going to give it a chance. We'll see. Next is Ace Combat 8 Wings of Thief by Bandai, releasing October 2nd. I've never played an Ace Combat before. I know that people love the Ace Combat games. It's a fantastic simulator for jet fighters, I guess, but this Ace Combat has a story, which I don't believe Ace Combats normally do. I thought they were normally just like fun dogfight simulators, which is what Ace Combat, you know, excels in. So cool for the Ace Combat fans. It looks great, I guess. It's another probably great game in a long line of great jet fighter simulators. Next we have is Stuntman Hollywood by Saber Interactive with no confirmed release date. This game really surprised me. I thought it was going to be like a Burnout game first. Of course, Xbox have recently come out with their new Forza Horizon game, and I thought maybe Sony were going to, you know, come out with a new Burnout game to kind of mirror that and go against it. But it's actually a Stuntman game, which is not something I ever knew I wanted, but now I guess I do. You get to be a stuntman for movies. They show just a bunch of, you know, action set pieces, and the trailer ends on like Back to the Future stunt, I guess. And yeah, it looks fun, looks cool. It's an interesting concept. It's not something I've ever really thought of as potentially being able to be put in a game, you know, environment. So yeah, it's just super neat concept. I'll be keeping an eye out on this for sure. Next we have is Ill by Mundfish Powerhouse and Team Clout, coming 2027. This game is disgusting. Holy shit, this game is disgusting. It looks genuinely unnerving and terrifying. I'm for sure going to be keeping an eye on this one. It's really giving Resident Evil 7, and in the best possible way. Yeah, it looks crazy unnerving, crazy disgusting. I'm keeping an eye on this one for sure. Next we have is Control Resonant by Remedy, coming September 24th. I'm so excited for this game. I loved Control. Control is a fantastic game. I've still to play the Alan Wake games. I'm kind of like part way through the first Alan Wake. But I need to, you know, re-up my PS Plus to get back to that. I was playing it on the PlayStation catalog. But they didn't really show much more that we didn't already know here. It's the next chapter of the Remedyverse with Dylan Faden. So yeah, it looks fantastic. The last kind of gameplay reveal that they showed for Control Resident looked, you know, great. Really looking forward to it. Next we have is Marathon Nightfall, which is the next kind of seasonal update for Marathon. Don't care. Don't play Marathon, not interested at all. We're going to move on. Next we have is RuneScape Dragonwells by Jagex, coming this fall or this autumn for everyone that isn't America. Honestly, it's cool to see Jagex doing more things with RuneScape. I, of course, like probably most people that play games, played RuneScape as a kid. I played a lot of RuneScape as a kid, and this looks cool. It's like a survival RuneScape game. I don't know if I will play it. I mean, it's coming to the PlayStation Plus catalog day one once it releases, so I'll maybe give it a shot. It looks cool. It's got that, very, very visually distinct RuneScape style, so I'll maybe give it a shot. We'll see. Next, we have just a couple of games coming to the PlayStation Classics catalog. Never heard of the first two. We have Gitaru Man and Psyops the Mindgate Conspiracy. Cool. I've never heard of those games. They look very cool. And then the final game they had was Onimusha Dawn of Dreams. So I guess if you're going to play the new Onimusha coming out, play this one. Next, we have the penultimate reveal of the showcase, which is Until Dawn 2 by Firesprite Games, coming 2027. I wasn't expecting this, to be perfectly honest. I thought that Until Dawn was like like a standalone thing, especially after seeing like the Dark Pictures anthology and The Quarry and Directive 8022. Is that what it's called? The most recent one. They did like a space one, but I thought it was going to be like its own unique thing. But I guess they're doing a sequel to it. Sure. I mean, Until Dawn was a really cool game. It's a really neat concept. It'd be cool to see that this is like a tropical island setting, which feels almost like directly opposed to the original game being in like a snowy mountain. So I'm very interested to see what they're gonna do with that, and make interesting moments, interesting kills. We got a Neil Nubin jump scare in here, so he's in the game, I guess. Cool. I'm interested to see what they're gonna do, if they're gonna kind of do what they did originally with Until Dawn. And of course, before I say this, spoilers for Until Dawn. But I'm interested to see if they're going to have a similar idea where they've got like a murderer running around, but then that kind of segues into the actual proper threat of the game, which is some kind of supernatural or paranatural enemy for the guys and the girls to fight. So I'm interested. Sure, looks like an Until Dawn game, plays like an Until Dawn game. Yeah. And finally, to close out the show, they had the reveal of Cory Barlog's next game, Santa Monica. It's God of War Laufey. So I will admit, I'm not interested at all in God of War. I haven't played through the new games at all, and this this did nothing for me. I'm sorry. Like, I know a lot of people are excited, and this is cool for those that are excited. I think it's great that they're making another female protagonist. There's not enough of that in games, and all the the incels out there that are complaining about having another female protagonist can shut the fuck up, because I think it's great. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But God of War, it doesn't really do much for me. They said it's 20 minutes of uninterrupted gameplay, and that ended up being 15 minutes of cutscenes and 5 minutes of gameplay, so I'm not really interested at all. I can't really take the very serious tone, but having a quirk chungus millennial gelatinous cube called Frank, like, come on, man, that's just weird. Cool for the people that want it, I guess. Cool to see other cultures and mythologies being brought into the God of War universe. Absolutely nothing against you if you're looking forward to this game. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. It's probably going to be another Game of the Year contender whenever the game decides to release. So yeah, look forward to it if you're into God of War. But yeah, that wraps up this State of Play review. I will be back again to cover Summer Games Fest, which is double the length of this show. And since it's not just PlayStation, we'll have a much wider range to talk about. Most likely going to have a lot more games that I can personally talk more about. I'm very confident in Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 being revealed here, so we'll get to that when it comes. But let me know what you guys thought of this State of Play. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it mid? Overhyped? Underhyped? Let me know what you guys think below. Goodbye for now, and may your heart be your guiding key.